Alright, good day everybody, it's Channel Crusher on Lane PokeTuber with, oh man, another crazy deck profile. It's the craziest deck profile that I've done in quite a while right now. It is a Goodra Dragonair deck, and you're gonna see how it's gonna work. And oh my god, okay, 3 copies of Gumi, 4 copies of Sliggoo, and 3 copies of Goodra, which is the main attacker of the deck. Alright, so Gumi here, it isn't much, 50 HP, 1 retreat. Now you're thinking, why 3 Gumi, why not 4? You just gotta like get as many Goodra as you can, right? Well, that's because actually we have Sliggoo's division attack. Search your deck for up to 2 Sliggoo and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. It's a bit like Frogadier's water duplicates, where you just gotta search your deck for stage 1 Pokemon, no need to basic, and just bench it. So you're gonna just division up 2 of them. And well, in this deck, when you're playing it, actually, you don't need more than 2 Gumi. That's why I decided to just run 3. This is just an extra, maybe it gets priced or something, but just so you're safe, we have 3. So you get 1 in the active, 1 in the bench. You evolve up 1, you evolve up the other one, and you division 2 more out of your deck. Then you have 4. Chances are this is gonna get KO'd, and well, then soon that you can like get out your Goodras and start attacking. So that is just why we only use 3 Gumis and 4 Sliggoo. And now for our Goodra, the main attacker. Just give me a second here. Alright, Goodra, 160 HP, 3 retreat cost, weak to fairy. Power Whip, our main attack, for 1 colorless energy. This attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So that, I mean, at first sight it's like, it's an interesting attack, but it's not going to be a good one, because the damage is just too low. You got 1 energy, 20 damage, useless. 2 energies for 40, and that's just not good enough, especially considering it's a stage 2. 3 energies, 60. Come on, right? This is a stage 2. You should be doing more. But we're gonna, well, as you can see, Goodra is a dragon type. Power Whip uses any energy. So we're running DCE, double dragon energy, and all that stuff to accelerate the energies. We're gonna try. It's not hard actually, and I'm being entirely honest. It's not difficult to get 6 energy onto your Goodra here. For one reason, and one reason only. And yes, when you get 6 energy, you are heading for 120. What's 120 gonna do? KO Shamans. And that's really crazy. Anyways, how are we gonna get 6 energies? You must be wondering. 2 copies of Dratini and 2 copies of Dragonair. Dratini, 60 HP, Signs of Evolution. So your deck for Dratini, a Dragonair, and a Dragonite. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. In this case, we don't have Dragonite, so it's just Dratini and Dragonair. Tail Smack. I mean, okay, Dratini isn't really supposed to attack. It's just there so you can bring out your Dragonair. Well, not for 90 HP. 90 HP, 2 retreat costs, 1 colorless energy, so any energy will do. Dragon's Wish. During your next turn, you may attach any number of energy cards. So even if it's not basic, go ahead to your Pokemon. And there's Tail Smack, 3 energies for 60. I mean, it's not much. It's not something you'll be using. But that's one crazy attack because you can easily pile on like maybe 2 DCs, 2 double dragon energies in 1 turn when you have that Dragon's Wish. It definitely helps to load up your Goodras by a lot. And also, you'll be thinking, Goodra is a stage 2. It is kind of hard to manage as a deck. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, because of division, that is why we are not using rare candy in this deck. So for Sliggoo, yeah. We have 1 copy of Oricorio just to finish off and like snipe around for whatever you need to snipe so that you can get the right numbers, because Power Whip is not easy to control considering how much energy you need. I mean, you could get energy on, but the thing is like, what if they just like Lysander KO or something, and then like you have trouble, but Oricorio can just like finish off what you did not manage to finish off. 90 HP, 1 retreat, Supernatural Dance, 1 colorless energy. For each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Revelation Dance, 30 for 1 colorless. If there's no stadium card in play, this attack does nothing. And we're not using that attack, so forget that. It's just Supernatural Dance. So Plus, you get it. Oh, oops! You get to pick where you want to put that damage. So let's say they have like 5. I need like 1 damage counter to finish off that chain. I can put 1 there, and the other 4 I could use somewhere else. Say like kill like a Combi or a Magikarp something. So that's the really cool thing about Oricorio. It makes it a lot more easier to like take all your prizes. Make sure there's like no damaged Pokemon just sitting there damaged, not getting knocked out. That's what Oricorio does. It's a secondary attacker, plus it's a basic, so it's really easy to bring out. We also have a copy of Tapu Lele and a copy of Shaman EX. Shaman, bench, draw 6. I mean, we all know Shaman by now. Tapu Lele, basically Jirachi EX. Bench, search your deck for a supporter, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So that's Tapu Lele. And if you notice, Kigumi has 1 retreat. Sliggoo, however, has 3 retreat. Goodra also has 3 retreat. 2 retreat, 2 retreat, 1, 1, 1. Now that is not a very low retreat cost here, but yes, we do have ways to fix that. We do have ways, people, and you shall see them later in the deck profile. 3 copies of Professor Sycamore. I mean, like, we don't necessarily need to discard anything much for this deck, do we? 2 copies of N and 1 copy of Judge, as well as 1 copy of Lysander and 1 copy of Hexmaniac. Sycamore, general draw support, discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Then there's N, also general draw support. Both players shuffle their hand to their deck, so this can cause your opponent a bit of trouble there, because you get to shuffle away what they want and give them what they don't. Or like, late game they have 1 prize left, you can just easily end them to 1 and they're stuck. Unless they take a Sycamore, of course, which is unlikely. That is, and general draw support, each player will draw out 1 for each remaining prize. And then, of course, there's the weird one, Judge. Like, don't judge, but I'm running Judge. And, well, why am I running Judge? It's because, if you notice, Goodra Dragonair is not the fastest deck, not the most consistent one in the whole world. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to try and slow our opponent down so that we could, like, set up our field. And how are we going to do that? First turn, Judge the opponent. It's very painful. I've seen a Decidueye plume fall from that when I was playing it. It was a Mega Ray running Judge. Like, yep, that's me. I use all the weird stuff. So, how are we going to do it? Tapu Lele, Ultra Ball, Tapu Lele, bench, get a Judge. Do whatever you need to play Judge. And that is going to hurt your opponent, especially if you go first. They don't get to do anything with your hand of like 6 cards. It's shuffled down to 4. So they're going to have a hard time. There's going to be a good chance that they'll end up dead drawing. And of course, there's Lysander. Switch your opponent's active with one of their bench. Just pull out something. Just so maybe you want to like delay time or something. Just go ahead, use Lysander. And there's Hexmaniac. You play it, no abilities until end of opponent's next turn. This, well, let's see, Judge's prize. Maybe you just have to go for this, like, as a last resort, I guess. And it can also help against Volcanion, because if you realize Volcanion can easily KO Goodra, and that's not nice. If you hex them, they're going to have to like 2-shot your Goodra, which is very painful. Especially considering that Goodra gives 1 prize only. Now, that's all for our supporters. It's just items. Now, 4 copies of Ultra Ball. As I said, you need to maximize your chances of getting your first turn Ultra Ball on a Lele and get out that first turn Judge and disrupt your opponent. I really love this deck, by the way. 4 copies of Versus Seeker, general stuff. Pull supporter out of your discard pile into your hand. And of course, we do need to search up our Ultra Ball so that's safer, so that's more consistent with our first turn Ultra Ball. We do have 3 copies of Trainer's Mail. Top 4 of your deck, take a trainer from there into your hand pretty much. And we also have 2 copies of Field Blower. Choose up to 2 in any combination of Pokemon tool cards and stadium cards in play, yours or your opponent's, and discard them. So this is very disruptive. Lysander, Hoopa, boom, Field Blower, they are float stone away, and just start, like, let's say you can't get enough damage with your Power Whip to KO stuff. And they got like big tanky Pokemon, like all those Megas and like say Tauros or something. Then just slowly Power Whip, and they're stuck there in the active with their Hoopa because you discarded their float stone with your Field Blower. There are many other uses for Field Blower, as well as like getting rid of stadiums like Forest of Giant Plants, Sky Fields, whatever. Field Blower can do all that. It's a very versatile card. It's very good. I recommend at least 2 copies in every deck. We also have 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher. With such a heavy Pokemon lineup, it may be useful sometimes to recycle these Pokemon. You could shuffle 3 back into the deck or take 1 from this card into your hand. Well, depends on the situation. Then you choose depending on the situation. Because, well, often I find myself I end up having to discard like a Goodra or a Dragonair or something I don't want to discard. Then I Rescue Stretcher it back. That's how I save myself. And now you're probably thinking, this deck must run a lot of special energy. So many DCE, so many DDE. How are you going to get it back? Special charge. And now you're thinking, wait, what? 1 special charge? What does that do? Shuffle 2 special energy cards. 2 special energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. That's not a lot. You run like what? 8? And once your 1 Goodra is KO, how many is going to get into this card? 3, 4? That's crazy. How can you only use 1? I know, but you keep in mind, guys, this is a very tight deck. It's stage 2. Plus, we need a Dragonair line. It's not easy to build with it, but so I just went, okay, fine. I'm going to try 1 special charge, and hey, that's okay. It actually works because you don't need to recover that much. Like, honestly, if you get 3 special charge in this deck or 2 special charge, chances are turn 1 you're going to be looking at your hand like, what am I going to discard with my Ultra Ball? Well, nothing. Well, okay, fine, special charge. And that's why just 1. I don't want to just take up too much space for nothing. We also have 1 copy of Floatstone. You're thinking, wait, what? You just said that you got a lot of high retreat, guys. 1 copy of Floatstone? Yes, we have other ways other than Floatstone to make it easier to switch out of the active spot. The Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost. It's just something every deck runs pretty much. And also, Goodra, if it dies, you're going to lose a load of energy cards. So, how are we going to not let Goodra die? Boom, Assault Vest. So, basically, reduce 40 damage done to this Pokemon when, like, your opponent has special energy cards attached. That is how... Oops, sorry about the camera. That's how Assault Vest... Because, see, 160 is actually kind of tanky considering it gives 1 prize. If your opponent has, like, a DCE attached or some other kind of special energy, it's going to reduce by 40 more. You're going to have, like, 200 HP. That is very tanky, people. Especially, keep in mind, this thing is giving 1 prize. But we really do not want a loaded up Goodra to get KO'd. And now, what you've been... excuse me. What you've been waiting for all along. How are you going to switch out of the active spot? With 3 retreat costs, 2 retreat costs for your main Pokemon. We have Altar of the Moon. This is madness. But yes, it works. The retreat cost of each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, that has any psychic or dark energy attached to is 2 less. And well, guess what? We have double dragon energy. So that can count as anything, including psychic or dark. And other than that, we also have basic psychics. Honestly, yes, I use basic psychics. You're thinking, why? It's really just for Altar of the Moon. And well, hey, Tapu Lele could use it too for Tapu Cure. Not that you're going to use that, but why not? I know you're thinking, why not Goodra's second attack? Get like, okay, Goodra's second attack beats Slider, 130 damage for 3 energies, 1 water, 1 fairy, 1 colorless. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon in front of their bench Pokemon. With DDE, you could easily use that attack. A Goodra almost always has double dragon energy attached. So, well, just keep in mind you have that attack. So if you need to finish off the active, just go ahead, use it. And it's only for 3 energy. With 3 energy, you're hitting 60 with Power Whip, so it's doing a lot more damage. But, yes, Psychic Energy is, in my opinion, the best type of basic energy for this deck. Now, for our energies, we have 4 copies of Double Colorless. We have 3 copies of Double Dragon. And we have 5 copies of Basic Psychic. You're thinking, 3 copies of Double Dragon Energy? How could you do that? Shouldn't you have like 1 more just because since that's your main attacker, might as well get more special energies that provide more energy. That is true. You could run 4 if you want, but face it. Tapu Lele has a good attack. It's called Energy Drive, DCE, 20 times. Like, okay, it's basically Lugia EX's attack, and it's not affected by weakness. 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to both active Pokemon, and it's not affected by weakness or resistance, actually. So, Tapu Lele, sometimes you're going to need to load up your Tapu Lele to attack, like, Dragon's Wish, and then just, like, DCEs on Tapu Lele. Well, in this case, If you wanted to, you could add another one of these and take out one of this. But Tapu Lele, I find, is an important attacker as well as Oricorio. That's why I limit my number of double dragon energy to 3. I mean, this is just my playstyle. You could use 4. I've tested 4 as well. It works perfectly fine. But 3 is just the number for me. So, yep. I know you think 12 energies. Is that enough? And yes, it's very enough. So that's it, guys. It's the Goodra Dragonair deck profile. Oh man, it's so crazy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Sorry, I messed up. Not subscribe to this video, subscribe to the channel. And please share this video of this crazy deck or news of this channel's existence to your friends, because I really like this channel to grow. And Goodra Power Whip, just snipe them shamans and you're done. You've won the game. Alright, we'll see you next time on the channel.